Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Jersey Patch drama, Media Day drama. Arch Manning is still just talked about by everyone. The NCAA is still unbelievably stupid, and everyone's getting placed on leave and sued. But Kiernan, we are a month away from the start of the season.
Wild to think.
Thank Christ.
Yes, seriously. Finally, get back to some real sports instead of that communist football that they talk about. Soccer, excuse me.
Ridiculous. The World Cup was fun, though.
It was.
I will say it was enjoyable. It was fun going into Boston and partying with the Scots. That was a good time.
Eternally jealous.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was great. So you got a kilt. They love you. They'll love you forever. But yes, Kiernan, college football's back. But it's not really the same college football that we grew up with. You have jersey patches now, evident by Ohio State signing a $15 million deal with JP Morgan to put a Chase logo on their jerseys. Karen, what were your thoughts when you first saw this?
My first thoughts is, of course, it's Ohio State. My second thought, which was the far more important one, was, wow, the Big 12 really got shafted by that monster deal, didn't they?
I don't know how they only got $20 million when Ohio State got 15 for a 3x3-inch square on their football jerseys.
Yes. Now, in fairness, Monster is just an energy drink, and Chase is a global banking institution with reserves up the wazoo. But still, it's better than $1 million spread across 16 teams or whatever.
Yeah. 48 teams, because the Big 12,
that's right, is basketball as well,
both women and men, and football. Someone got mad at me for pointing that out on Twitter. I was like, Ohio State got 15 million for this, and the Big 12 only got 20 from Monster. You're like, yeah, those are completely different deals, but you already knew that. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Here's some of the difference. Like, nope, you're wrong. Like, no, it's explained pretty well what's happening. It's just a very funny look that a whole conference got 20 million and Ohio State got 15 for a jersey patch. I will say, though, my first reaction to this was, this is bad. This is bad for the sport of football. This is not what you want. But also, it reflects poorly on Ohio State. Like, you won't see a blue blood program really do this. I mean, Alabama's not doing this. You're not seeing a program like Notre Dame doing this. I mean, they're not signing. Shit. Yeah, Notre Dame fans got real high and mighty about the fact that Ohio State had a jersey patch saying Notre Dame will never do this. Well, they're getting $20 million from SoFi, another financial institution. This is just the way college football is going. Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily have an issue with this. I think getting up in arms about it when there's so much else going wrong with the current state of college football is a little ridiculous. It's focusing on a minor defect when your entire house is falling apart. Like, oh, that wall needs repainted. The entire left side's gone. Like, why? Why does it matter? Like, it's not that big a deal. We have more pressing issues. These schools are having $40, $50 million rosters. They need to come up with a fund somehow. I understand they're not supposed to be paying the players directly. They do anyway. I'm fine with it, admittedly.
Yeah, you are right in the sense that there are bigger concerns, but I think that also entails that the bigger concerns are kind of shadowing or casting a shadow on these smaller items that are just slipping past the cracks. And that's the actual problem. Yes, there's structural deficiencies here, but when it's like a crack in a foundation of a house, like a crack is one thing, but when water gets in there and, these banks and these financial institutions start getting their grubby little paws in these colleges and in these sports, it makes the whole system weaker.
That's fair. I was going to go with a different comparison, and your comparison was probably a little bit better. I was going to go, it's like having a cough when you have tuberculosis. Like, no, the cough's not the issue. It's the tuberculosis in my lungs. Okay, well, they go hand in hand.
Yeah, I suppose that works as well.
I think yours is a little better, but I didn't want to not bring it up. But yeah, I mean, it's the way of the world at this point. I mean, money's got to come in anyway. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting and a little bit odd to see so quickly. But yeah, it's weird. But with the way college football is going, Ole Miss is seeking close to $1 million from two former players who transferred to LSU. They're going after Princewell Umanmielen and Devin Harper for $550,000 for Princewell and $400,000 from Devin Harper. They reached out saying, you owe us this money. You pay us within 30 days. They did not get that money within 30 days. So now they're enforcing the contracts for violating it within a 90-day window. Kieran, what were your thoughts seeing this headline?
My first thought is well done to you, Kev, for pronouncing his last name correctly. I wouldn't have gotten that on the first try. I'm sure you practiced.
I'm going to be honest. I did practice. I'm going to be honest with you, though. I just kind of went best effort. We're going to get through it and then just move on.
Fair enough.
Notice how I only said it once.
Yeah, of course. No, fair enough. Fair play. This is one of those things where it's like, I've spoken about this before, where when you sign a contract, this is out to you, 17, 18, 19-year-olds, that contract means something, especially to institutions. You cannot go breaking the terms of said contract once you have signed it. And if you do, be sure to have a backup, i.e., a way to pay them if they don't get what they want. This is the beginning of the end of people, of student athletes, because regardless, that's still what they are, being able to make it into the NFL and being able to pay back their debts, because people are just going to go, oh, well, he's too stupid to realize that he has to pay this, and I'm not going to pay it because I wasn't privy to the contract or whatever. Now my team that I'm supporting and I'm boosting for gets all the gain and glory from having a great linebacker or a great wide receiver or whatever, and I'm not on the hook for any funds. He and his agent or whatever, and now all of those earnings come out of his NFL paycheck. It's a win-win for the institution that, tore up his contract, or rather pulled him away from the contract.
Yeah, I do think it's not interesting. I think it makes sense. LSU said they're not paying it. I think it's wild to ask LSU to pay it, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm not suggesting they should.
I think there's two ways that this is going to go in the future. Either these schools are going to start putting in the contracts language, if you leave in the transfer portal within the next 4 years, you owe it back. So to entice players to go, hey, we're not saying you're playing in a league, but if you do, you will be going to the NFL. You can pay us back then. Mm-hmm. As a benefit of giving these extended payment terms, or conferences are just going to start getting players associations and collective bargaining agreements and things like that. And then at that point, it's going to be a real professional league. And Kieran, the day that there is a lockout in college football is the day we're finding a new sport to cover. Yeah, we say this all the time. I'm genuinely serious. If there's a lockout, as baseball is dealing with this looming over there, if there's ever a point where there is going to be, or a good chance there will be, a lockout in college football, we're done.
Yeah. No, seriously, because it's no longer the amateur-ish sport that it was. It's one of those things that it so fundamentally shifts away from the fabric of what it originally set out to be, which is a competition between, students in school to just a semi-professional league. Like, that's all it is at that point.
Remember when NIL was supposed to be just deals for players to do an ad for a local car dealership and then they'll get paid? But Kieran, if that happens, what sport should we cover next? I'm voting GAA.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Wait, hold on. All of it, or just football, or just hurling?
Football and hurling will be the main two. Okay. But then, we'll cover other special interest stories.
All right, fair enough.
Does that work?
Yep, that works.
All right, that works. So keep an eye out for that. Some people probably want us to have a lockout so they don't have to hear us talk anymore. And also, an even smaller percentage of people probably just want that so we can talk about the GAA going forward.
Yeah.
But, Kieran, speaking of people in legal trouble, Mike Lombardi, GM for UNC, has been placed on administrative leave after an HR complaint was filed The school is giving him $1.5 million a year to go 4-8 last year. I think he was on thin ice anyway. There were reports he wasn't staying up to date with the times. He was typing on a typewriter, which is a weird flex when that's your accusation going around. UNC sucks. I think they're regretting this whole Bill Belichick debacle. I don't know what the reports are. I don't know what he did, but I think this is just an easy way for UNC to get out of this contract, and they probably, again, depending on what he did, couldn't be happier.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably the best thing for UNC as a whole because it alleviates them of essentially any follow-up liability problems because they're like, oh, we took action and we have to fire him for cause, one of those things. So it's great for UNC. It's probably great for Lombardi because he's just walking away with the $1.5 million check from last season. I don't know how it really impacts Bill Belichick. I mean, he was always a GM/coach with the Patriots. So I don't really think it matters all that much, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think this just takes away a little bit of, I don't want to say protection because Bill Belichick was getting most of the blame, but I do think it takes away a little bit of that redirected blame.
Yeah.
Like if you read some of the reports like, oh, Mike Lombardi created a really bad team that went 4-8. They called themselves the NFL's 33rd team and aren't even the 18th best team in the ACC. So I think he got some of that blame, but I think now it's going to be all on Jordan and Bill and just the media circus that is UNC athletics at this point. UNC football, I don't want to give any blame to Mike Malone. He just got there.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And remember, Mike Malone's only in a relationship with a 20-year-old at UNC is his daughter who's on the volleyball team. But not a real story yet. I mean, more will come. We'll talk about it more as things come out as what he did. But, Kieran, the NCAA is also making really stupid decisions. They decided to suspend Tennessee linebacker Arion Carter for a $476 flight that he got from his agent to go for some draft prep. And he paid it back, and they're still suspending him 2 games. It's like the NCAA kind of goes, what's the good thing to do here? And let's do the opposite.
So true. So true. It's one step forward, 97 steps back for the NCAA. You're shooting yourself in the foot because they're, as we were discussing earlier, far bigger problems with your organization than a $472 plane ticket, mind you, that he paid back, which is ridiculous. If you get something just because you get money up front and then immediately pay it back, or in any circumstance do something like this, then all of the allegations, accusations, fines, penalties immediately should go away. It is the dumbest thing to be focusing on. This gives the vibe of somebody at the NCAA has it out for this person because they chose a different school. Like that's how this views. It's like, oh, technically it's still a rule, so I'm going to enforce it.
I don't disagree. I will say progress for the NCAA. This is really kind of what ended Bo Jackson's collegiate career.
Yeah.
Not quite the same thing. He did take a flight to go meet with a team. They told him it was cleared, but they basically suspended him for that. Only 2 games is fine. But at the same time, and it did take some legal maneuvering, you had guys who played in the G League playing for NCAA basketball teams this past season. Why are we suspending him for taking a flight? Basically, someone lent him the money.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. The NCAA, I had said when Charlie Baker came in, maybe we'll have some common sense back to collegiate athletics. And every time it's just showing that I'm an idiot who expected too much.
No, I don't think you're an idiot. I think the minute you step into the NCAA headquarters, your IQ lowers by 80 points. It doesn't matter what it is. It could go into the negatives, but that's how I am viewing this. It's like you are a notably good politician / diplomat, right? Diplomacy extends to many, many facets of life. And then you entered the NCAA headquarters and you decided, I'm going to throw out all of the things that I know to be the right thing and do the exact opposite. And you're just sitting there, and we're just sitting there like, it has to be the building. Like, it has, like, there must be some like methane or radon that is just messing with these people's brains.
Yeah, no, and it's when you said your IQ drops when you walk into the NCAA headquarters, I just pictured like Tom from Tom and Jerry standing behind the door with a wooden plank, just smacking Charlie Baker in the back of the head on his first day. I don't know why. That's just what came into my head.
That's a good one, I'll admit.
But yeah, the NCAA is just, they need to get it together. And we've been saying this for 6 years since the show started. People have been saying it for way longer than that. The NCAA is a joke of an organization. Speaking of jokes, Brett Bielema has them, Kieran. He made a joke at Big Ten Media Days today saying the SEC would like it to stay 2005 forever, saying, kind of talking about with the NIL and the portal, kind of benefiting teams like his. He then kind of made a little smile and said, I think I just made the headline, huh? So, Brett, while you're chasing headlines, I want to bring you some fun numbers. Brett Bielema, head coach in the SEC, and after saying the SEC wants to stay in 2005, let's look at his record post-2005 in the SEC. 3-9 his first year at Arkansas, 0-8 in the SEC, 7-6 in year 2, good improvement, 2-6 still in the SEC. 2015, 8-5, 5-3 in the SEC. The only year he had a winning record in the SEC. He also beat Kansas State, in the Liberty Bowl in 2016, and beat Texas in the 2014 Texas Bowl. Texas was 6-6 that year, so not that good. He then followed up that 8-5, 5-3 year with a 7-6 record, a 3-5 SEC record, and a 11-point loss in the Belk Bowl to Virginia Tech. He then finished off his SEC career going 4-8 and 1-7 in conference, bringing his total record to 29-34 in the SEC and 29-34 overall, 11-29 in the SEC. Additionally, Brett, they want to go back to 2005. Yeah, cool. The Big Ten is on their 3-year run of winning a national title. From 2019 to 2022, the SEC went on a 4-game run, including Georgia going back-to-back, Alabama winning one, LSU winning one. Then you had Clemson, yes. Then Alabama won again. Then Clemson again. Then Alabama again. So I don't see why you can't say the SEC wants to stay in 2005 when they are also coming off of perhaps the most dominant 20-year stretch we have ever seen. That really started in that 05-06 timeframe with Florida, and then Alabama, and then LSU, and then Alabama, and then they are dominant. They have been the most dominant conference by far since 2005, year in and year out. I don't care what everyone's saying now. Oh, the national championship doesn't mean that conference has the best teams overall. It doesn't matter. The SEC was dominant. It didn't matter. We had multiple teams over that stretch winning games, winning national title games. Brett Bielema can fuck off.
I'll be honest, Kev. I did not expect that rant from you. I thought you were just going to mention a couple of stats and then move on. But you do make a great point. Brett Bielema is the kind of guy who is he's mid in everything he does. And so I think he's actually a perfect fit for Illinois. They're mid-school. I mean, they teeter, around middle of the pack. Sometimes they're low, sometimes they're high. So frankly, Brett Bielema for them is probably a huge upgrade.
That's true. And Illinois was an upgrade for Brett Bielema as well. He's 37-26 in his 5 years there. Mm-hmm. So better than his 5 years at Arkansas. He's clip farming. He's trying to just get a headline. So people are talking about Illinois for reasons other than the fact that they've been a joke historically.
Mm-hmm.
And look, before this year, I was a Brett Bielema guy.
I remember you saying when we were debating what was it about this, not this time last year, but this time 2 years ago or something like that, where we were talking about Illinois versus Indiana and that big game where Indiana absolutely
it was this year.
Oh yeah, it was this year. Okay, I was making sure I wasn't losing time.
I've been saying it since 2021, since he was hired. Like, look, I know the Arkansas days weren't great, but Brett Bielema knows how to coach in the Big Ten. Look at his Wisconsin days. And then when I was really had issues with Curt Cignetti, but I was like, Illinois is going to win this game, and Indiana fans dragged me for it on social media, justifiably so. But I was a Brett Bielema guy, and now to go after the SEC just to get people talking about you for something besides the fact that you can't really win on a consistent basis is just ridiculous. Anything else you want to talk about Brett Bielema?
I'm good.
All right. Well, Brett Bielema and his stupid things make me want to do drugs. And I want whatever Pat Fitzgerald's on because allegedly he said Michigan State expects to win the Big Ten. Michigan State at no point in the history should expect to win the Big Ten. But Kieran, I already went on a rant, so why don't you tell us your thoughts on Michigan State winning their conference?
I'll tell you this. As of right now, Penn State under Matt Campbell has a better chance of winning the Big Ten championship than Michigan State. Hell, Michigan has a better chance with their whole kerfuffle in the background regarding all the scandals. I mean, this year is very much going to be Ohio State's year to lose. There is no doubt about it. Where Michigan State lines up in that is frankly irrelevant because it's just going to be Oregon and Ohio State in the Big Ten championship this year because, Ohio State has just been on a recruiting bender. And I mean, so kind of has Oregon more or less, but they're the two teams to beat, right? Michigan's going through their whole scandals. They're not going to be charging out of the gates, I don't imagine. Penn State is definitely going to get their legs under them from Matt Campbell. And the rest of the Big Ten is just there to be speed bumps, essentially. I mean, surely you can have the Iowa Hawkeyes, stop Ohio State from scoring, 16 touchdowns instead of 18 touchdowns. Sure, but they're not going to be stopped.
Yeah, and I want to I have pulled up the Big Ten odds for their champions. And we'll go into this more for each conference as the season gets closer over the next month. But you're right, Karen. Ohio State plus 180. They are the odds-on favorite. And then at plus 250 of Indiana. Then you have Oregon at plus 260. So you have those top three. Then a huge drop-off. You have USC at plus 1,400. Michigan at plus 1,500. Penn State at plus 2,000.
So you're saying there's a chance.
I'm saying there's a chance, Karen, and you're actually in the top half of the Big Ten.
Hey.
Still below Michigan and all their scandals, though. Washington at plus 2,500. Iowa at plus 6,000. Brett Bielema in his Fighting Illini at plus 10,000. Nebraska at plus 12,000. Wisconsin at plus 15,000. UCLA at plus 16,000. Another big drop. Minnesota at plus 30,000. Northwestern at plus 50,000. Maryland also at plus 50,000. And Michigan State, at plus 50,000. Rounding out the Big Ten, since we're already at basically the bottom. Rutgers at plus 60,000 and Purdue at plus 100,000.
Damn Purdue.
Yeah,
that's a drop.
Not great. That could be plus 1 million though. Let's be honest.
No, it could.
Like what? Why would you expect to win? I also think it's hilarious that his former team has the same odds, Northwestern. But yeah, it just kind of caught my eye. Like he expects to win the Big Ten.
Yeah, I mean that I don't know what it is about Curt Cignetti that has made these coaches think that they can make outrageous claims and nothing to back it up. Because at the very minimum, Curt Cignetti did win wherever he went to, right? Granted, it was in smaller schools like JMU, but that's nothing short of brilliant, frankly, for JMU. The thing is, until these coaches can just back it up year one, you don't have to go out and win the whole thing. That's not what I'm suggesting. But you have to make a damn competitive effort to even be considered in the conversation. If Michigan State goes out and wins 10 games this year, that's nothing short of a miracle, right? If Iowa wins 8, that's nothing short of a miracle. But my point is, you don't really have the wherewithal to be saying these things when you've already been in this conference before. And granted, you had a crap school. I'm not going to ding you for that, but like, you weren't that good.
I will say, Kieran,
Of all the people, Pat Fitzgerald should get a pass.
no, I don't care about giving him a pass. He did make the conference championship twice.
That he did, yes, fair.
Now, one of them was during the COVID year where they finished top 10, which is crazy for Northwestern to do. Right. And then the other one was 2019 when they got their doors blown off by Ohio State as well. And you could argue Ohio State shouldn't have been in the conference championship in 2020 because of games missed. I understand it wasn't all their fault, but the Big Ten did change the rules to put their Golden Boys in. So yeah, if anyone were to do it, it would be Pat Fitzgerald. I just don't see it happening. And I feel like if they expect to win the Big Ten, then Pat Fitzgerald will soon be out of a job again. But Kieran, moving on to a little bit of SEC talk, because I can't keep the SEC out of my mouth for too long. Arch, we're talking the Mannings again. For some reason, is the odds or second highest odds and most bet on person to win the Heisman at plus 750. The only person with better odds is CJ Carr of Notre Dame at plus 700. Kieran, I think we need to stop with Arch Manning. He has shown what he is. He's a fine college quarterback. He's nothing special. I don't see him being that great.
Yeah, you are correct. I mean, it's kind of one of these things where every year we're hoping for a breakout, and it would be great to see because I think it would kind of live up to that Manning legacy. But with the be all and end all of it is like he just hasn't shown he's that good, right? And he's fine. He'll get you to a conference championship, but he's not going to win it for you. He's not going to be the standout player. So why bother, right? Just get him in a situation where he can throw the ball safely and not get tackled for 1 billion yards. That's literally all you have to do, and he can get you to win a game. He won't win a championship for you. And if he does, it'll be on the backs of his running backs, his wide receivers, and then the defensive side of the ball. That's it.
I do. Yeah, I think he's the kind of guy, he's not going to turn the ball over on you. He's not going to lose you a game, really. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't even know if he'll lead you to a conference championship. He won't play you out of one.
Yes. He won't be the reason that you've lost that game. How about that?
Yeah, that's true. I do think it's largely just kind of wishful thinking. Mm-hmm. Oh, Archie never won a Heisman. Peyton never won a Heisman. Eli never won a Heisman.
So what makes you think he's going to?
They just want A. Manning to win a Heisman. I think that's it. I mean, Cooper never had a chance to because of injuries, but I do think they just want a Manning to win a Heisman. And if Brady's kid goes to college and wins a Heisman, I'm going to laugh. Hysterical. It's going to be the greatest it's going to be the best possible outcome of this whole thing.
A Heisman and a national championship just going F you guys.
Yeah. I mean, there are some schools I wouldn't want this to be at, but 99% of schools in the country, I would not care if A. Brady won a Heisman and a Natty for it, because that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, so Brady's kid goes to, let's see, we can't make it so good that it's easy for him. I don't want him to go back to Michigan either. Can we think of another Big Ten school that might fit this? Oh, Pat Fitzgerald. Pat Fitzgerald at Michigan State. No, Wisconsin would probably be better. But or Indiana. Put him at Indiana and just have him win something under Kurt Signetti would be objectively hilarious.
I would have a really hard time deciding how funny I would find it if he goes to Tennessee and does this.
Oh yeah,
because I hate Tennessee.
Yes,
but to take away Manning's legacy at Tennessee would be hilarious.
Yes, yeah, it would be. It would be.
And I'm not saying I want this to happen, and I'm not saying that I'm going to be happy if this happens. Objectively, it would be the funniest outcome.
Yes, 100%.
But that's really all our news this week, Kieran. Are you ready to get into our last full conference logos?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because we are on. I should have gotten the slides ready. We are on to the Mountain West Conference, Kieran, where you can see Brian Kelly calling games this year. Also, the Mountain West is in a weird state right now. They have a couple of schools that are football-only members. They have a couple of schools that aren't there for football. They have one school now who we already covered in the MAC because when we did the MAC episode, they were still in the MAC.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to see NIU, us breaking down their logo history, go to our MAC episode from earlier in the offseason because we did it in June. They joined in July 1st, actually. Kieran, now, the Mountain West logos, they've really only had two in their history. My wife said the current one looks like the CW logo from the 90s, and I can't get that out of my head.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to go with the old one anyway.
Yeah. And if you thought I was going with any other logo than the old one, you're out of here.
I didn't. I knew where you were going with this. It's just the new one is cleaner.
Sure.
It's also more boring.
Yes. It's
the
very
old one,
monosyllabic.
Oh, it's awful. It looks like a government building or a court.
Oh, yeah. Seriously.
The old one has the mountains in it, has a little flare that you don't see everywhere else. The purple is a weird shade of it's Barney purple, and you don't see that ever used. It's incredible.
It's so nice. It's honestly disrespectful what they did to that logo.
The drop shadow on the Mountain West words.
Oh yeah, it's phenomenal.
It was perfect. It was perfect. Down to the last minute detail.
Damn right.
All right, moving on to Air Force. I like top left. I wish it was a little crisper.
Mm-hmm.
I think top right, though, is good. Really good.
Yeah, it's very detailed. I was a little hesitant to pick top right initially because it was just, the two simplistic colors. But now that I'm like looking at it more, I agree with you. I think the top right's arguably the best one.
Yeah. Weirdly, I don't hate just the letters.
I do. I think that's such a lame, a lame kind of downgrade.
Agreed. I think it's a little lazy. I think they at least have the A and the F connected, which a lot of schools don't do. I think that's a little differentiator. I don't hate it as like an alternate logo, but also the lettering on the bottom left with the Falcons. I love that lettering.
Yeah, it's very nice.
But yeah, top right I think is the best one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could go between top right or bottom left.
Yeah, I think they're both strong actually.
Mm-hmm.
I think bottom left would be sick on like a t-shirt or something.
Yeah. There's probably a couple of those floating around somewhere.
I'll have to look for one. Yeah, I'll spend money on that. Hawaii, the Rainbow Warriors. Now, they've had a few different logos. I could only see these two confirmed as the primary, so these are the only ones we're talking about. Top left.
I figured you were going to say that. The top left, I'm sorry, but the top left is just giving preschool, like...
what the fuck?
What the hell just happened there?
I don't know. All right, there we go.
It's giving, like, preschool entry doorway.
Why is this doing this? All right, just... We'll see if it... Okay, you're good.
All right. For me, it's got to be bottom right. I think that's a really cool logo. It's a cool way of doing the font / text because you kind of got the mountains that are like etched into the side of the Hawaii or the volcanoes, I technically should say. So I think that's a lot better.
That's fair. I don't know. I just like the extra color.
Sure.
Also, I think for different things. Now they are just the Hawaii Warriors, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So getting rid of the rainbow makes sense. At the time, they were the Rainbow Warriors, so having the rainbow also makes sense. It's awesome, though. I think they're both good logos, to be honest. They're both unique.
Yeah.
Moving on to Nevada. That middle one is just you put a top hat on NC State.
Yes. Yeah, certainly.
But, Kaden, which one's your favorite?
I'm kind of torn because I like the Wolfpack word mark underneath the logo, but the wolf coming out of the N, like staring towards the viewer, is fire. It's really good.
I do think it's good. I don't think it's good as a primary logo.
Yeah, I kind of get where you're coming from, but that's just, to me, it's too perfect.
And that could be like, I'm viewing it in a 2026 lens.
Sure, yeah.
Because also I think as a throwback, it also could be good as an occasional use thing, but I don't know if ever it would be good as a primary. I do like how they moved away from the first two with the top hats.
Yeah, I will say this. For going on a jersey / a helmet, I think their current one is the best. Like, but if I were to get it on a t-shirt, I'd want the wolf pack word mark underneath it.
That's true. Also, though, the current one, I don't know why it's giving slug with a wolf's head. A little bit.
Where are you seeing that?
I don't know. I'm just seeing slug body.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. If anybody else sees that, please let us know, because I think Kevin's hallucinating.
I think I'm thinking of the old Sabres logo. And it had the jagged edging around it, and that looked more slug-like. But in my, like, the logo itself looks slug-like. So in my brain, I'm making the connection to that.
Let's see if I squint. Does that make it any better?
Hang on, we're just gonna.
No, it doesn't.
Oh my! I just can't type today. All right, you know what? Whatever. We'll post it. This has just been a disaster through and through. All right. But I think I've changed my mind, though. I think I'm agreeing with you on the top right logo with the N.
I knew you'd come around.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Jesus, this thing just doesn't want to let me work today. UNLV. The second one in, they used that one twice, by the way. They went away from it and then went back to it. But yeah.
What is it supposed to be, a sun?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a circle with UNLV around it a lot.
Yeah, that's very confusing. If anybody's wondering what the black hole is on our podcast and why Kevin's computer isn't working, it's because of that.
Yeah, pretty much.
For me, it has to be the bottom two middle ones. Big mustache, kind of black shadowy outline to it, and then the newer one where it's kind of like the red Terminator eye underneath the hat, the cowboy hat. I think that's fire.
That's fair. The Terminator eye one is giving, or to me in my head, it's like Madden 22 relocation team option, like the Bandits, I think it was. That just makes you think of it. A lot of Confederate iconography for a state that I don't think was in the Confederacy.
No, like, they weren't.
So
but it's more. I understand. It's more outlaw. It's more outlaw than it is Confederacy,
I guess. But Kieran, look at top left. Tell me that's not supposed to be a Confederate soldier.
Okay, that is. But
the star in Rebels on the old UNLV Rebels is Confederate flag. Like, those are Confederate stars. I think it's weird that they decided to go this route.
It's a choice.
It is a choice. I think they could have. I think they could have made it a little more outlawy, which they tried to do with the bottom three.
Yeah.
So improvement, but I think just the standard word mark's good. I do like the lettering with the silhouette, though. I think that's interesting.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right, moving on. New Mexico State. What the hell was going on in the top left?
Top left, they were just trying their best.
Try harder.
I will say this, that while the top left is poor, I actually think the bottom is worse, because you know how we were talking about like the action lines and things like that? That's too much action. Like, it looks like it's extending its head out like way further than it should.
Kieran, I think this is the first time out of all these logos, none of these are good.
None of these are good, but the current one is the best.
the current one is the best, sure. I guess.
It's fine, God.
It's like, do you want me to hit you with a baseball bat or my car? Well, a baseball bat, but neither would be preferred.
Giving us some strong feelings about the logos.
They don't have good logos.
Color scheme's good.
The color scheme's great. Black, white, red, and gray. You can't go wrong with the colors. You can go wrong with the logo.
You can go wrong with literally everything else.
Choices were made and none of them were good. Ugh. All right, yeah, I'm done looking at it. San Jose State. Top right is a condom mascot, first of all.
Mm-hmm. It's just going to say that.
Bottom left, I think, is the best
one. 100%.
Bottom
Bottom right, modern one, easier to print. Looks like a sort of something that a fruit company would have. I don't know why. That's
true.
Yeah, but yeah, it's bottom left. It's the full arm spear, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, it's great.
Of a spear.
Now, Kieran, during this process, we've had people point out, what about this logo? What about that logo? We're only doing primary logos that had a distinct change from the last ones. People pointed out we missed Greeny with Tulane last week. That one, we could not find confirmation that Greeny was ever an official primary mascot. Some other ones, there weren't noticeable changes enough for me to include all of them. San Jose State did not have that problem. They have so many logos, they needed a second slide. These are the earlier ones because I wanted to keep that part a surprise. With that being said, I don't think any of these are good except maybe bottom left.
Yeah. The realistic face with the flare of the, what do they call that? It's a pommel, I think.
Yes, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. You know what I'm talking about. OGCS has one. Literally. That's like fine, but it's still giving off 60s, 70s era logos.
The top middle one is what you're talking about. Which one are you talking about?
The bottom left.
Okay, bottom left. Yeah, I think so. Cause top middle, I just see Michigan State had one like that. Yeah. None of these are good.
No.
The more modern ones, even the condom one, is better.
Mm-hmm. Which came first, the condom brand or the San Jose State logo?
I'm gonna go with Trojan condoms.
Yes.
But yeah. So San Jose State, you got a lot of logos. Some of them were good. Moving on to UTEP. UTEP's really only had for an official logo the top left, but I wanted to include one that's a little more recognizable with them, and it's on their helmet, so we're going with the alternate as well. I think the alternate is better.
Really?
Yes.
I could kind of go either way with that.
I can't remember what it's called, but the pickaxe, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
I like that as the T. I think it's cool.
Yes, that is a nice flare. It's easy to, when you're combining something that already looks like a letter. I could go really either way on this. I don't really have a strong preference one way or the other.
I think they're both cool, to be honest with you. The word mark, I don't know if you need the minors on there. Mm-hmm. To be honest, I think just UTEP with, I think Pete is their mascot name, with the action lines is cool on its own. The minors kind of makes it a little more off center, but I think
it does.
I think it makes up for the logos having 2 or 3 shit logos when UTEP has 2 strong ones. Also, I'd be remiss if I did not point out they did update Pete this year, but I did not see any indication that either of these were their official logos going forward. So we did not include them. I kind of like the old one more anyway.
Yeah, I did too.
It's mascots shouldn't, you can modernize and make it look better, but I don't think you should modernize and give him a light on his helmet if he always just had like a minor hat.
Yeah. It's cartoonish versus realistic.
Yeah. And not in a great way.
No.
Next up, Wyoming. They added yellow.
It helps it.
It does.
It helps it a lot.
It does. They also cleaned up some of the lines, but really the most notable difference is they added a yellow outline, and it's light years better than without.
Yeah, it's very good.
All right. We're flying through these. Moving on. North Dakota State, football only member of the Mountain West Conference. I think top right is an incredible logo.
Why do you say that?
A little cartoony.
All right.
A little detail, not too much detail though.
Okay.
I kind of like the white and green look. It's giving it a throwback vibe that I really like. I think it's just incredible.
It's now I know it isn't, but it's giving off very much a Minotaur like appearance. Fair. I can see your points. I don't know if I agree with them, but I can see them. For me, it's actually the most modern one. I think is the best. Simple, effective, good color scheme. I think I prefer the yellow in it. I don't think I like just the green and white.
That's fair. I like the yellow in the modern one. I do not want more yellow in the one that I like.
Oh, yeah.
That one needs to be white and green.
Yeah, 100%. That would make it worse.
Yes. Also, the brown bison was a choice.
And it was the wrong one.
Yeah, I don't know why they ever did that.
Well, I mean, it's because bison are brown. But to your point about the logo and the color scheme, it was the wrong choice.
Yeah, it's not great. Top left is, I'm sure for its time, it was fine.
Yeah.
Current, it just looks bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Lopes, they do not have a football team, but they're in the Mountain West, so we're going to talk about them.
Nothing's really sticking out.
I don't think any of these are terrible, but I don't think any of them are that good.
Yeah, they're all just fine. If I were to pick one, gun to my head, I think I'd pick top right, only because it's got kind of that actiony, gallivanting, prancing, whatever you call that, movement. Other than that, there's no real strong feelings towards any one of these logos.
I think I kind of like the font in the top left one. It's very dated.
Yeah, it is,
but I kind of love it. I think it's dated enough. They can go, oh, that's retro, that's vintage. It's not what is this 2010 font? It's older than that, so it's good. Bottom left is just they saw TCU's logo and like CU, we'll just throw a G on instead.
Yeah. The modern logo is actually quite nice, although I don't know what the stripes kind of are for.
I don't know. It's interesting.
But it's not bad. It's not a bad logo. If you were to give me this to any other school, I'd be like, oh, that's kind of nice.
Yeah. That's true. I do kind of like how they went back to the little, not quite as dark, but they darkened the purple a little bit.
Yeah.
I know I said earlier, Barney purple, you don't see that anymore for Mountain West, but I think Grand Canyon just needs a little darker purple. The more I look at that top right one, though, Kieran, the more I like it.
There you go.
All right. UC Davis, they're not here for football. They're not joining as a football school. They're joining for all other sports. And the most associated helmet with them the most associated logo with them is their helmet logo, not an official logo. So I noted that as well. With that being said, top left, I think, is the best one.
You're insane.
What?
Top left?
Yes.
No, absolutely not. It's the horse head in the horseshoe with the word mark underneath it. You are Kevin, this is going to be the first time that we're actually going to fight about this. That is an insane take to make. I like block letters. That's fine. But you have to accept that the horse head in the horseshoe is objectively better.
I might have jumped the gun, Kieran. I don't like UC Davis under it. I think it takes up too much space. I think if they just went with the horse head in the C, it would be perfect. I think with
No,
Yeah.
no, the word mark actually makes it better. If I were to remove that, right, just put my hand in front of that, that's just a horse. There's no context to that. But if you remove it, you see Aggies, I got it now.
If you want to keep Aggies, fine. I don't think you need UC Davis.
Okay, I will grant you the UC Davis, but the fact remains, the top right is definitively the best logo. If that wasn't there, sure, I would agree with you all the way. The block lettering is perfectly fine. I even go underneath the bottom left is also completely fine. But the fact that top right was not your immediate suggestion, he's lost it, folks. He's lost it.
Look, I just think you got to look at the whole logo. Like, oh, well, if you take this out, and yeah, if you gave them a bunch of 5 stars, I'm sure they might win a playoff game. Like, but if they don't have that, they don't have the resources. They don't have the facilities for that big man. So I just think the C and the A is cool. And I don't want to say it's unique because they're block letters. However, if you take away the UC Davis Aggies under the horse head, which I think would make it a better logo, you could tell me that's a logo for Saratoga. And I'd be like, okay, checks out. Is this a football team or is this a horse track?
It's irrelevant if it's a football team or a horse track. It's a good logo. That's what this whole topic is about.
That's fair.
I can't believe I got up in arms about that.
I also think you're crazy, by the way, for saying the bottom left is fine. I think that's unbelievably boring.
My point to that was that the bottom left is fine if you don't have the horse head and the horseshoe.
If you don't have the horse head and the horseshoe, it's the top left. If you don't have either of those, these logos suck.
Yes.
The gold is awful on the UC Davis. Nothing's unique about it. And the helmet logo is just the Cincinnati Reds with an A in it.
Yes, that is a very lazy logo. But here's the thing about those block letters. It's just a C and an A. That's it. That's all it is. Like California. Like you could just make it literally anything. You wouldn't know intuitively that it's UC Davis. It could be anything in California.
Now that I look at it longer, that C looks like the old C from the Clemson logo with the tiger in it. And they just did it way better with the tiger in there instead of the A. So, Kieran, I think I'm on your side with the horse head.
There we go. He got around there eventually, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know. I still don't love it. All right. That is every FBS logo. And a reminder, we did Northern Illinois in the MAC episode.
Yes.
But, Kieran, which
conference
do you think had the best logos?
Sunbelt.
The Sunbelt was
Sunbelt had fire logos up and down.
We really should have finished off, I think, with the Sunbelt.
We didn't know at the time we were.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but Sunbelt easily had the best overall logos, I think.
Yeah, they were great. Now we just need to know what to do for the next month.
I'm sure there's going to be more news.
That's true. I could also just pick random schools and we could go through their logos, like pick the best FCS and lower logos and go from there.
Could do that.
It's at least another episode worth. And then next offseason, we'll do helmets. And the year after that, we'll do jerseys.
We'll do best fan submitted helmets for bowl games. We want to see sprinkles. Sprinkles for the Pop-Tart Bowl.
That's true. Yeah, so Kieran, you got anything else to get out before we get on?
No, I think that's everything.
Yeah, I think we're almost there, Kieran. I mean, we have, I think, 3 more episodes left until we're doing our week 0 shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that 3rd week in August, there will not be an episode. I am on vacation before the season starts, so I don't lose my mind. But yeah, so everyone follow Belly Up Sports at Belly Up Sports. Check us out on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Follow Quad or Tailgate on the Quad at Quad Tailgate, wherever you get your stuff. And everyone have a good, safe, fun rest of your week.
See ya.
They're eating the dogs, Kieran, in Tuscaloosa.
They're eating the
you
dogs.
know that?
They were
They're
eating
the dogs.
Oh, a meth raccoon.
Yeah.
Just awful. There is nothing good about this. It's the worst possible scenario for the CFP, for the national championship.
Notre Dame is a mid-program with really good marketing.
And the Michigan players are going to look at that, and anybody who's committing to Michigan in the next years will just go, I want to beat them even more. Like, I wanted to beat them when I first came to the school. Recruits are going to see this.
You have, as some fans have put it, a mascot flashing their pop tussie out.
Oh, God, that's going to be part of our intro next year. Oh, shit.